Hi, this is Raffi. I'm at the Lower Merion Township Police Station, and I'm interviewing the Superintendent, Mike McGrath. Did you always want to be a police chief?
Actually, I didn't know that I wanted to be a police officer until I got to college. I thought I'd go into business like my family was, and it was after starting my college career, I decided to go into criminal justice and found that very enjoyable.
What was your family's business?
It was actually a insurance and travel agency. They were first in Philadelphia, then came out to the suburbs back in the 1980s.
Where did you go to college?
I actually went to two colleges. I started at the Montgomery County Community College, and then I went to Westchester University.
Please tell me about your job.
Well, my current job's a lot different than when I started. You know, being a police officer, you're usually start out in patrol, and you're going out and providing service to your local community based on their needs. And it's very, very varied as far as a police officer's day goes. From service calls, assisting people with, minor issues in their neighborhood, to crashes on the highway, to, unfortunately, every once in a while, crimes that occur in the area. Now, when you get into my role, as superintendent, now you removed yourself from those day-to-day operations, and you're dealing with more the business end of running a police department, working with your staff, working with other communities to provide public service throughout not only your community, but kind of like a network for the whole region.
So when you were on the road, what was your patrol car number, and what was your hardest call and easy call?
That's a good question. So I started out in 18 car. That would have been the Bryn Mawr area. We break down our township into various beats, and we identify them by car numbers. So 18 was my first one. It was actually one of the smallest beats in Lower Merion Township because it covers a town center, and it's a busy area. With so many different businesses and then residential and apartment complexes right around the center of Bryn Mawr. And was also one of my favorite beats during my entire career. So that was where I started out for the first couple of years. So you asked about the easiest call. There's easy calls all the time, but the hardest call you go on is probably when you get involved with something where a child's hurt. And you're trying to help, obviously, the child and their family deal with that.
Is it being a hard job?
It can be, Ralphie. We just talked about it, dealing with people in crisis, particularly children, people who are vulnerable and who are, a lot of times criminals will go after senior citizens because they see them as an easy mark for fraud and other types of crimes. So those are the kind of things that really touch officers, hit us in the heart, because we all come from families too. We all have extended families and seniors in our household and children. So those are the kind of things that really can be the difficult calls.
What do you have to do to become a policeman?
Well, it's a pretty long process. There's a long application period. Takes about 6 to 8 months for somebody to go from taking an initial test until they could be hired by a local police department. And then now we send them to a police academy for it's a 6 months course. Then you have another year of probationary field training. So it's a long process to become a police officer.
What do you think of police movies?
Yeah, shows and movies, just like anything else, there's good and bad. I watch some of the shows, some are pretty good. I like good writing, good acting, regardless of, what the content is. But The problem we have in law enforcement and policing is a lot of people believe everything they see in the movies and TV, and it's hardly like that at all. So I think people should look at those things for their entertainment value, and just that. If you really want to know what police work's like, one of the things we have here is a Citizens Police Academy. Another thing we do is ride-alongs. So people have an opportunity to actually get to see firsthand a little bit about their local police department.
Actually, I was on a ride along with, I forget her name, but it was nice because I did it, I think, when I was 20 or 21, and that was a nice thing.
Terrific. So you went out on the in your area in Ballackinwood?
Yes.
Or were terrific. Yeah, it's a great opportunity, and a lot of people take advantage of it.
Yes. And what do you do if your police car, you get in and your police car is in the shop? Do you get another patrol car for the day, or that's your new one for every single day?
Yeah, and we have a fairly large fleet, and we'll have mechanical issues. So yeah, we have a pool of extra cars, and we'll rotate them in and out. So that's happened. I've actually been out on the street when my car broke down on me. So now I'm the one calling for repair service, right? And needing help myself.
So do you use K&S towing, or what, do you have a special police tow truck or something?
Yeah, if we need a towing, we do use outsiders, and there's a variety of towing companies that help out the township. But we also have a fleet services department here in Lower Merion Township, and they do all the mechanical work for our fleet.
I noticed before you used to have your fleet, there's like doing construction, that's where you had your mechanic service. Where did it get moved to now?
Yeah, we used to have it down here going back early in my career in Ardmore. But the whole fleet process is done up at the complex, not far from where you live, up in Penn Valley.
And how many police cars can be serviced at one time?
Well, hopefully we don't have a lot down at one time, but there's usually 2 or 3 in the shop. We have a fleet of about 30 plus marked police vehicles, and then other auxiliary vehicles. So we can get by with 2 or 3 getting work done, but any more than that, it can create a problem.
How long have you been a policeman for?
It's kind of hard to believe, but it's been 45 years now. Yeah, and it is coming to a conclusion. I'll be retiring this year, but it's been a wonderful career. I've enjoyed both the profession and work in this area for that time, and I'll certainly miss it.
Do you have any plans for your retirement?
I do. I'm going to keep it flexible and open, but more time with family. We have a couple grandkids now. So that's certainly enjoyable, spending time with them. And we like to travel, and you kind of restricted from doing that with this kind of job. So hopefully we'll be able to do a little bit more of that.
How old are your grandkids?
So they're 7 and 4. They're growing fast, so it's a good time to spend more time with them.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming in.